So this is our 7.5 section, and we're now on page 36 in your notebook, your workbook. And we'll do some more application problems of percents here. So we're going to look at some discount, savings, tax problems in this section. So here we have a tool that's $18.50, and it's being offered at a sale for 20% off. It asks what's the net price. So the net price means the end price after the sale. So there are a couple ways to do this problem. So let's look at, first of all, the more traditional way. The first way is to take 20% of $18.50. So you would type in 0.20 times 18.50, and you would get 3.7 or 3.70. And that we need to recognize is our savings. So then we would take 18.50 minus 3.70. We would get 14.80 as our sale price. Now another way of doing this problem is to recognize that if we're saving 20%, we're actually spending 80%. If we save 20%, we spend 80%, and that's because 100% minus 20% that we're saving tells us we're spending 80%. So if we take 80% of 18.50 and type in 0.80 times 18.50, we get 14.80 directly. It's a little bit shorter. After a 25% discount, the net price is $54. What was the original price? So here's a little bit of an issue because we can't take 0.25 times the original price and then subtract from the original price because we don't know what the original price is. So we need to look at this a different way. And this is why I talked about the other way of doing the other problem. If we save 25%, that means we're actually spending 75%. So 75% of the original price is equal to what we spent, the $54. So we can type or write an equation, 7.75 times x is equal to 54. And then we can divide both sides by 0.75. And we get x is equal to 72. So the original price of this sander is $72. Now when we're looking for the original price, there's no other way to do this problem. We can't use the 25% directly. We have to use the 75% that we spent. The set of 4 tires is on sale for 15% off the list price. What is the total sale price if their list price is $79.50 each? Now there's all sorts of ways to do this problem. There's several different ways you could start. First thing I think of, though, is trying to find the total cost before the sale. So I would do 79.50 times 4, and I find out that the total price before the sale is $318. Now I want to save, or the discount is 15% off. So if I do 100 minus 15, I'm spending 85%. So now I could do 85% of 318, or 0.85 times 318, and it tells me that my total price after the sale is $270.30. Sales tax is 7.75% in a certain city. How much would you pay for a pair of shoes with a list price of $76.50? So first of all, we need to change this to a decimal. So we get 0.0775. We multiply that sales tax times the dollar amount. And we get 5.92875. Now it's money, so we need just two numbers after the decimal. So we'll say that the tax is 5.93. That's because this number is 5 or bigger, so this one needs to go up. So we take the tax. It asks for how much would you pay. That means a total amount. It's not asking for tax. So we take $76.50 and we add $5.93 onto it. And we get $82.43 as our amount. We'll skip this problem just because you've done problems with tax in Foundations of Math. Let's look at interest. Interest is principal times rate times time. The time has to be in years. It's really important. The rate has to be in decimal form. So we have $5,000. That's our principal. And a 12-month CD that earns 4.25%. So we're going to change that to 0.0425. How much do you have in a year? So times 1. So if you just type that all into your calculator, we get $212.50. And this is interest. It says interest is equal to. You obtain a loan from a bank. You borrow $12,000. That's our principal. At 9% interest, we need to change it to a decimal, so we put 0.09 for 3 months. Now we have to deal with this because our time needs to be in years. So we would put 3 out of 12 because there's 12 months in a year. So if I type that in, 12,000 times 0.09 times 3/12, or that reduces to 1/4, or 0.25, we get $270 interest. You earn 12% commission on all sales. How much do you earn from a sale of $4,000? So that's 12% of 4,000. So we put 1.12 times 4,000. And we'd get $480.